You sleep on a soft mattress in a climate-controlled room. Yet, when the alarm goes off, your limbs feel like lead. It is easy to look in the mirror and blame yourself for this. We often assume we lack discipline, or that we just need more willpower to get through the day. But look at the actual mechanics of your day. You might spend 8 hours sitting in an ergonomic chair, having food delivered directly to your door. You haven't done a single hour of hard physical labor, yet by 6 p.m., your energy tank has hit zero. If your muscles aren't burning through that energy, something else is. There is an invisible, continuous drain happening right behind your eyes. Biologists call this an evolutionary mismatch. Our nervous system is ancient hardware. It was built for a world of sunlight, walking, and slow physical tasks, but it is currently being forced to run modern software. This chart shows the scale of the problem. Historically, the amount of new information a human processed in a week was a slow trickle. Today, that data consumption forms a massive, overwhelming vertical spike in a single 24-hour period. As those modern data points break apart and swarm your processing center, your ancient hardware is forced to react to every vibration, every urgent email, and every flashing headline. This exhaustion represents the biological friction of ancient hardware struggling to keep pace with an infinite data stream. The human alarm system evolved to keep us alive during predator attacks. The problem is that primitive alarm cannot tell the difference between a physical threat in the woods and an aggressive text message. Every time a notification drops or a negative news story crosses your feed, your body reacts. Your heart rate shifts slightly. Tiny doses of cortisol enter your bloodstream. This chart shows what happens to your nervous system over an average workday. Instead of returning to a flat, calm baseline, these continuous microspikes trap you in a low-grade state of fight or flight. You never truly relax. Psychologists call the result functional exhaustion. On the outside, you are answering emails and attending meetings normally. Internally, your energy reserves have collapsed. For most of human history, motivation was driven by dopamine, and it arrived slowly. You had to physically track an animal, build a shelter, or learn a complex skill to get that chemical reward. But modern technology removes the effort. With a single swipe, you trigger an unnatural explosion of instant dopamine. When your brain gets used to a reward every 3 seconds, normal life starts to feel unbearable. Reading a book or sitting in silence becomes uncomfortable. Deep focus actually starts to feel physically painful. Constantly switching your attention from a short video to a text to an ad splinters your focus. Maintaining that fragmented state demands massive amounts of mental energy, leaving you drained by hours of shallow stimulation. We also evolved to regulate all this daily stress alongside other people. The physical presence of a community naturally calms the human nervous system. Replacing face-to-face contact with comments and direct messages starves that biological need. It leaves us hyper-connected, but isolated, generating a constant hum of silent anxiety. You carry that accumulated daytime anxiety straight into bed. Add the blue light from late-night scrolling, which actively delays your brain's melatonin production, and your internal clock desynchronizes. This diagram illustrates the reality of modern sleep. Your physical battery is drained, but your neurological activity remains locked in the highest red zone. You are physically exhausted, but neurologically wide awake. Because your body never enters a state of deep, restorative rest, you wake up the next morning trapped in a permanent neurological deficit. When you experience severe procrastination, thick brain fog, or emotional numbness, modern culture tells you to push harder. But your nervous system is actually executing a survival protocol. It is intentionally shutting down non-essential functions to conserve your remaining energy and prevent a total system failure. What gets labeled as laziness is a biological SOS. It is an ancient survival mechanism protecting your brain from an environment that demands too much. You cannot fix this by downloading a new sleep tracking app or optimizing your schedule with a digital productivity hack. Adding more stimuli to an overloaded system only accelerates the burnout. The way out is analog subtraction. You have to remove the digital noise to give your brain the empty space it needs to reset. Healing ancient hardware requires analog maintenance. That means taking a walk without your phone, spending time in actual sunlight, sitting in silence, having a long, uninterrupted conversation face to face. Modern wellness requires stripping away the noise to restore our natural